you in the mood for an apocalyptic sci-fi thriller, Netflix is dropping its Argentinian series El Eternauta, or The Eternauta, which is based on a graphic novel series. Now, this is a bit of a slow burn at first, but does the series have a payoff? So this is very much a slow-burning story where we spend the first 3 episodes without any real context of what's going on. And that isn't a negative in the slightest. We get to watch a few different groups of people as they experience one fateful night where the power goes out and then a mysterious and deadly snowfall takes out anybody who is unlucky enough to breathe it in. Now, as the city is thrust into worry and chaos, we watch small groups begin to band together in the hopes of surviving whatever is happening. The time spent with the characters allows us to get to know them, including their mannerisms and their behaviors, which becomes important in remaining engaged with each character. Now, I love that there is tension that's established right from the start, and thanks to the vagueness of what's provided, there's a large mystery at play in the midst of this survival story. And while the first 3 episodes are patient in their rollout, it doesn't mean that there aren't exciting action sequences that build anxiety. But this focuses more intently on the drama and the world building than it does on providing brawls. I mean, I can understand how this can try the patience a bit, also because we have to go through halfway through the season before we really get to any sort of reveal. But once that is given to us, there are some frenzied sequences that more than make up for the lack of action before. And while the story is based on a graphic novel series that was published almost 70 years ago, many sci-fi movies and shows have drawn on the ideas and the themes that are shown here. This unfortunately creates scenarios that allow the plot to fall into very familiar territory. So while the source material may have been visionary or even novel, now it feels like so many other works that we've seen. The arcs are still engaging and they provide some thrills, but I spent the entire time with massive feels of deja vu because we've seen the storytelling several times before. And without getting into spoiler territory, just imagine any large-scale, life-altering event that we've seen in stories before. Maybe it's zombies, maybe disease, maybe nuclear fallout. The struggle to survive in the aftermath is what we watch play out here. And that includes all of the requisite elements that go along with that. I mean, some of the commentary revolves around the breakdown of society and then ultimately civilization, creating scenarios that can feel like The Walking Dead or maybe even Lord of the Flies. And while this is where the series is fairly generic or the same as other works, this story focuses less on the collapse and more on the journey that's ensuing. The show is an easy binge, thanks to a handful of engaging and somewhat sketchy characters, as well as the underlying mystery of what and why. This is also only 6 episodes for the first season, and with the first 5 being less than an hour, they go by quickly, even when the story stays away from action.